Mike, it almost sounds impossible, like with your intensity training, if you were to work on your own, without a partner.
No.
You wouldn't gain.
It's not true. I keep getting that in my seminars. I don't know why. People think they have to have a training partner to train hard.
Well, it does help. You can't push yourself harder with you.
Well, there are certain exercises where you obviously can't do forced reps, perhaps negatives, without a training partner. But the vast majority of exercises, if you use a little innovation, you can devise ways of doing forced reps. For example, in the dips, you stand on a chair. You go into the top position and continue to lower yourself, or use your feet as an aid. If you don't have a training partner and you want to do forced reps for your arms, you do concentration curls using the free hand to assist. If you're doing dumbbell laterals, you want to continue doing negative or forced reps. When you can't do any more positive reps, you curl the weight to here, extend the arms out, and lower slowly under control. Very simple. There's a lot of things you can do. Chinning. Just step up on a chair while the nautilus walk up the steps, go into the top position. But even if you can't do those things, you still train as hard as you can. You at least go to positive failure.
What about different types of muscle cells, like white and red muscle cells, and the difference in what they do for you? Can you train them both at the same time?
Red and white muscle fibers.
Yeah.
That whole question is fraught with controversy. I was recently in Holland and talked to a Dr. John Voss, an eminent exercise physiologist who was actually the first guy to ever do research on red and white muscle fibers. And he claims the whole thing's a bunch of hokum, because your muscle fibers actually change color from minute to minute. He actually did muscle biopsy on his own leg. He's a distance runner. This was 10, 15 years ago. And he would take biopsies every day on his calf muscles and found they would change color every day. And he believes they'll change color from minute to minute, depending upon things like temperature, activity, metabolic rate, and so forth. So there's no way you can devise an exercise program based on what you think is your predominant muscle fiber type, red or white or whatever. Even if that were the case, you did have more fast twitch as opposed to slow twitch muscle fibers. Again, as we talked about, as I tried to emphasize during the demonstration part, it's very important that you initiate all your movements very deliberately, slowly, under control. Once the speed of an exercise exceeds a certain rate, momentum takes over. And what happens to muscular involvement? It's reduced, it's diminished. Intensity refers to the percentage of momentary muscular effort. Anything that reduces momentary muscular effort reduces intensity and thereby reduces results.
Okay, can we just go maybe to basics? Like, I've heard a lot of different theories. For instance, I've heard theories like the cells in, say, your muscle, after you stimulate them, the way they grow is they get bigger. And then I've also heard that they split and you get too smaller, or some similar process to mitosis, or something like that. So would it be that the cells get larger then?
Well, that's always been the theory that the physiologists believed in, that the cells themselves grow, yeah.
So we always keep the same amount
of muscle cells and fibers. Hyperplasia would believe the opposite. You would split and increase the number of fibers. Hyperplasia is the splitting of muscle fibers. It's believed that by certain exercise physiologists that if you train a certain muscle intensely enough or severely enough, the muscle fibers are going to split. But it's never been proven conclusively. And I talked to the same doctor, Dr. John Voss, who's very involved in this kind of research, and he believes that it does not exist. And it was my humble opinion that it did not exist either, because if in fact you could increase muscle fiber density through the splitting of fibers, then you could increase the person's mass potential in any given muscle group. A guy like Yor Marati, who had almost no pectoral development, if you could split those muscle fibers and increase the fiber density, that is the number of fibers per square inch, then he could potentially have an effect like Pascal someday. That'll never happen.